Howdy! Welcome to the Rebuilding Hollers Come Hell or High Waters podcast. My name is Stephanie Johnson, and I will be your host for the evening. I am so glad you are here with us tonight, live on Facebook, YouTube, streaming wherever you are. We're so glad you're here. I have an amazing guest tonight. I cannot wait to introduce y'all to my friend. But first, I want to talk to y'all about a couple things. We've got an event coming up. Our cruise into the Hollers is just a few weeks away. Memorial Day weekend, downtown Burnsville is where it's going to be at. We are going to be having a car show. We're going to be having amazing vendors all over the square. All of our downtown businesses are coming out onto the sidewalk, inviting you in, showing you our amazing mountain hospitality. I'm so excited about this. We're going to have kid games. We're going to have baby cows. We're going to have a silent auction and vendors inside the town square. So this is going to be an amazing event. All the proceeds from the silent auction will benefit Rebuilding Hollers and all of the projects that we have going on. So I hope that you will come. It's going to be so much fun. We'll have live music. It's just going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I'm real excited. We do have our new merch. Check out these. Oh, Russ has already got it. He's got them on the thing. They're here. I've got all the colors in all the sizes from small all the way up to a 4X in the green, blue, and purple. So we would love for you to have some of our merch. All of this money helps us rebuild our projects. Y'all know what I'm doing all the time, fundraising. So please help me help my neighbors by buying shirts and coming to Burnsville on May the 23rd. It's going to be so great. So it's been a little while since I've got to see you. I'd like to give you some updates on our projects. It's been rainy, so we've had a little bit of rain. So stuff slows down when that happens. You can't hardly work outside in the pouring rain, but it's still been a good week. Project number 3 is working on their sheetrock and paint. They're doing incredible. I'm so proud of them. Project number 8 has the paint done. They have their floors done. They have half of the trim done and working on their cabinets right now and tile in the bathroom. So they are making amazing progress. Any day they're going to be going for their final CO, and I'm freaking out excited about that. Project number 12 has its rough-in HVAC going in. My friend says, how much for the t-shirts and where do you purchase them? They are $30. You can come here to the Hollers if you're in Burnsville. We're just below Shoal Creek Baptist. And online, you can get them at rebuildinghollers.org. That QR code in the top of the screen, you can scan that if you're on a computer, and that'll take you right to our website. But it's rebuildinghollers.com or .org, either one. Project 32 has made incredible progress. Their floors are in, their paint is done, their trim is ordered. So we're so close to being done on project. I'm sorry, that's 34. Project 32 is our high school house. I was there today. Our seniors are graduating in a couple of days. We're so proud of them. The house is done at the high school. It passed its framing inspection. It is ready to be delivered to the job site. We are waiting for the power to finish being put underground under the road at the site. Then we will gravel the road and then dig the foundation at the top, set the block, and we will be delivering our 3rd high school home. I'm so excited about that. Our Cougar Carpenters, they rocked it out the last 9 weeks and built a huge 1,512 square foot home for our neighbor in Mitchell County. So we're real excited about that one. Project number 78, they're almost home. They just had a couple trim pieces to do. Nope, I'm sorry. I'm really mixing up these projects tonight. So excited about them. Project 98 is almost home. Just a couple trim pieces. Project 78 still has the sheetrock is done. The doors are in. The trim is finishing up. And they're going to be starting to work on their floor and cabinet soon. So everybody's hitting these finishing stages, and this is quite exciting because as these projects finish is when we can start new ones. So I'm so excited about that. Project 174 is working on their heat source, their sheetrock, and their trim. So they are installing kind of like a mini split. So it's not going to be a full install like HVAC. It'll be the mini split unit. So we're excited about that. Project 425 has their road is done, the gravel is done, the underground power is to the home site, and our friends at Appalachian Rebuild Project sponsored that. So we're so thankful for them. And last but certainly not least for tonight is Project 510. That is our second house that the high school built for us. It is almost done. It is completely done in the exterior. It's all the way done. Inside, we are waiting on the HVAC to be installed. Because when you're finished framing, you want the HVAC takes up the most space in the walls. So after framing, that is your most important unit. So hopefully he's going to hurry up because I don't want to have to get another one. We're still waiting on it, but he's coming. I know he's coming. Once HVAC is done, then plumbing will go in because that's the next biggest thing to go in your framing walls, and then power. So once those three are in, we'll have an inspection, we'll have insulation, we'll have sheetrock, and then finishing touches there. So amazing things are happening. I'm so proud of my properties, my projects, and how far they're coming. Everybody's really doing wonderful. So without further ado, I am crazy excited to introduce you to my friend, Claudia. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hello, my friend.
I'm so glad you're here. Having you here is like, wow.
You know what I've been thinking about this whole week?
What?
Was the time you went to Raleigh with me when I called you an emergency and I needed a helper.
Yes.
And I called you and I said, please go to Raleigh with me. I've got this baby, I've got the show, I've got all this stuff going on, and I need somebody to go. And you're like, all right, I'll be there. Yeah. And you show up at my house and we're throwing our stuff in the truck.
Oh, you always gotta tell this story.
This is a big one. And I had like a Dollar General bag full of just some clothes and I threw together.
Yeah, you ain't prepping.
No. And you get out your car and open my car and you're like, is this all you're taking? And I said, yeah. Yeah. And you bring this box full, honest to God, full of aluminum foil and toilet paper.
Oh, that is a lie.
And I said, what the heck do you think the end of the world is coming on the way? And you said, well, am I? We gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready.
You don't have a go box. And I said, no. I mean, I got a Dollar General bag.
Yeah.
And you had all that stuff and you had some food, but the toilet paper, and you had a poncho for rain, and you had a blanket, and you had all the stuff it took.
So it's called a bug out bag.
That you had it. You had it in my car.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you should always have one in your car.
Not me. I'm just going around and find a hotel.
Okay, so I'm gonna make you a bug out bag. And what that is, it's really just a preparedness kit with all things.
Yeah.
If a tree falls down in front of you, you need to cut it out of your way. There's a little saw in there.
I gotta be truthful. Since the storm, I'm a little more prepared.
Yeah.
Like I'm a little more prepared. I got enough water to function on now.
Yeah.
And I got enough toilet paper and paper towels to function on. I got enough.
Yes.
And I didn't have that before.
Yeah. Even though I certainly tried to get you prepared.
You did. But I'll never forget that. That was our first trip, and here you come with that box of stuff.
It was a bag. It wasn't a box. It was a bag.
But whatever it was,
It's a bag.
It was all the stuff that I never had in my car. Never had.
Gracie says I love my mama.
And Gracie. So it's Mother's Day weekend, and I was dying to see Gracie this weekend. Like that, I could think she might surprise me and come home because I was not hearing a lot from her this week.
She's in Alaska.
No, she's in Emerald Isle this week, but tomorrow she's going on her trip. And I thought, well, she's going to have to work. She's not coming in. Yeah. She's going to Mexico fishing.
That baby loves some fishing.
That baby loves some fishing, and she loves to travel. She loves her mama too, but she's going to Mexico, and I'm like, well, say love it.
Yeah. Hey, she's here tonight.
I know. I'm so excited.
So that's exciting. We love you, Gracie.
I'm seeing you next week.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have an amazing set of babies. God loves you most with the babies he's getting.
Yes.
So you have 4 girls.
I have 4 girls
and your boy.
And then I have 4 little grandboys and a girl.
It's so cool.
So there's 10 of them. And I was telling the girls, I always do everything by number. You know, my whole life, I've always bought 5 plants or 5 whatever. Then I started having these grandbabies, so I started having to add. Yeah. So the day the other girls were saying, what you want for Mother's Day? And I said, a bush or something I can plant would be nice. And they said, how about a rhododendron? I said, that's great. I'll take 10 of them. Yeah. And they just looked at me like I was a moron. And I was like, there's 10 of you. There's 10 of them. Yeah. Like, one year I did 5 Christmas trees in the living room.
Oh, I love that.
Like, you just got to be where you are, you know? And I said, I'll take 10 of them.
I love that.
Who knows?
Well, God gave me 1. So.
Yeah.
I love that for you, though.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah. And new babies. You sent me a picture today where you're holding 2
new babies. In one little armful, there's 16 pounds of baby. But that's how little they are. One of them weighs 6 pounds and one of them weighs 10 pounds. I love them. I just love them. I love them together, and I love the older brother Weston. He's got white hair, like whiter than mine. He's the cutest kid I've ever seen in my whole life. And Kayla and Casper are growing into the most fabulous little boys. And I just love them, and they love me back.
I love that. Is being a CC so fun?
The best part of my whole world.
I love that.
I mean, I love being my big kid's mama. Like, that's really fun. I love my big kids. But I love being their sis.
Yeah. I love that for you. And we are both celebrating some graduations.
Yes.
So my Sydney graduates college tomorrow. I'm so proud of her.
My Kai graduates high school next week, and one of the girls also said to me that I'm going to cry when he graduates. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to shout hallelujah, glory to the Lamb, because that boy is out of high school. Like, we are ready. We're ready. That's different. With my girls, I cried. With my boy, I'm like, I don't want him to go anywhere, but I want him in high school.
Yeah.
You know, like,
but he's just going.
He is. He's getting ready to go play ball. We're going to play a lot of baseball this summer. And guess what else? He's going to Lewisburg to college to play baseball.
What state is that in?
North Carolina.
Okay.
North Carolina is north of Wake Forest.
Okay.
So Durham down in there. And my friends from Helene Methodist Church that have helped me so much in recovery, they're not far from that. So that's really good. But today, this girl walks in the shop that I went to school with my whole life. And we were just catching up. Guess where she lives? Lewisburg. Did not even know that.
Oh.
So she and her 6 kids live in Lewisburg. Yes. And then her first cousin, who I grew up with since I was born, and his 12 kids live in Lewisburg. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, you just got a whole baseball team to watch on him.
I know, I'm feeling
yeah, I feel better for you. See how God does that?
Yeah.
God is incredible. I gotta tell y'all. What's your grandma name, Claudia?
Cece.
Cece.
So my name is Claudia, and I just sign a C all the time. Even if I send an email, I just sign C.
Yeah.
And my girl said, "What you want to be called?" And I said, "I want to be called Cece." And so now even my kids call me Cece or Cease.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And the babies, the little ones say Cece,
Oh.
and they're so sweet. And I melt, and the big ones say Cease. And it's crazy.
Yes. Whatever.
Guess what it is?
I
just answer.
Yeah. Whatever it takes.
Whatever.
I love that.
Yes.
Now we go way back. So we've been working together for a long time. We've been friends
9 years this week.
9 years this week is when you moved to Burnsville. Mm-hmm. And you came to Burnsville because I called you and I said, I don't even remember anymore.
You called me at night. I was in the bed with a little baby, a little tiny baby. And you called me about 10 o'clock at night and you said, "Once you open a retail store in Burnsville," and I said, "I've never been a retail my whole life." And you said, "Well, you'll figure it out once you meet me over there the next morning, because I want to open a real estate shop. And we got to have, on Main Street, we got to have retail."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I mean, all right."
Yeah.
And I met you over here the next morning, and there we went.
And we killed it.
We did.
We killed it. It was a fantastic situation doing real estate in downtown.
Yep.
And you have fell into your love completely.
Yes.
But Burnsville's, so Burnsville has had a tough time.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in Burnsville now 9 years. I brought you to Burnsville, so you know how much I love Burnsville. And I think that's some of the stuff I want to talk to you about tonight, because our little town is struggling. Yeah. We did not flood like the storm did, or like downtown Spruce Pine did. But some did. Buildings still took on water. The coffee shop took on water in that back room, didn't it?
And we took on water.
And you took on water.
Yeah.
And then everything blew, all inventory from the coffee shop down to your shop blew. I don't mean to get into it hard fast, but it's so important to talk about how much we love, how long we've been friends, how much fun we've had, but what we're here to do. Yeah. What we're here to do, J. Kim says, "Send in love and continues prayers."
Then my Person County friends
Yes.
have brought it to Burnsville.
Thank y'all.
They have brought it.
Yes.
I think that those 2 people right there have probably been up here about trip number 24, 25 now. And every time they come, they bring supplies, they bring food. They're the people that did the chicken picking.
Yeah.
And brought the first load of money up here that I was able to distribute to some business people.
Yes.
When I call and say I need 20 generators, they bring them. And when I call and say we need laundry detergent, they bring cases and cases and cases. They bring clothes, they bring shoes, blankets, tents, all the things. But also, if you need money from your Eastern North Carolina friends, they just go out, kill some hogs, kill some chickens, make some stew, bring it on. They brought 400 quarts of stew up here that they made.
I remember.
And we fed so many people out of our food pantry with that stew. And they also brought a freezer. They bought a freezer to put that stew in, and people came and got it. And I still have people asking me for that stew, which is pretty cool.
So while you're here, we're gonna need some more stew. Is that what
We're
you're
gonna
saying?
get some I want them to come up here and we tried to serve it.
Yeah.
We tried to come up here and cook it here
Yeah.
and serve it, but we had like 3 weekends in a row of just really bad, crazy ice, stupid weather.
Yes.
And so they ended up making it down there, and then they brought it up here, and I mean, case after case after case, pallets of water. I mean, these people have brought major love.
Thank you.
They've also brought, which is really important to talk about, they have brought van loads of people to sleep in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, and shop in our stores, and that's what they came for.
That's
Like they came here to spend money.
Yes.
And they went all over town and they spent money. And they have stayed at Carolina Country Inn several
I love
times.
that place. It's so old time.
Yes,
Fabulous.
but they have. They also helped us last year at Old Timey Days when we
Mhm.
fed the first responders and firemen. They brought all the sausage and bacon and fed all the first responders and firemen.
That was a huge. There was like what 200 people there.
These are solid people. Person County friends are solid friends.
Thank you. Thank y'all for being solid friends because you've been busy too.
Mm-hmm.
People have seen me rebuilding, but you haven't quit either. And your house flooded, your girls' house flooded, bridges were lost. I mean, personally,
Person is bad.
it's been bad. And then you still in your stores you have 3 locations now in Burnsville, but your main store and the 2 that were here during the storm, you've been running supplies out of there hard. You've been helping people significantly.
We've had a lot of big supply days. We started with Rise Disaster Relief Facility.
Yes.
And they opened up a warehouse in there.
Yes.
And that was great. And then whenever they left, we realized that people still had a need for that, you know, because they either needed building supplies, they needed things.
They need things. People need things.
Yep. And so we did that, and we're still doing that. I just gave a generator out about 3 weeks ago to a man and woman that have
is that what y'all need most? Visitors and spending? Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. For so long, you know, everybody was told don't come because they don't have bathrooms, they don't have water, the roads can't handle it, and all that was true in the beginning. But that's not true now.
Right.
That's what we need.
That's what we need. Our roads are good. Everything is,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a dusty mess in town because we're still redoing the water and all that. But we'll get there soon. We'll get there.
I was in town the other day and there was a
bad.
man driving and he hit a hole and his whole tire just busted out. Like his whole axle split open.
It is tough. It's tough. Every bit of that affects business. I've said about this water project, like I'm thankful for it. We need water and sewer. We do.
Yeah.
You gotta have the infrastructure. But this project has been worse for our business community than COVID. It's been worse than Helene. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
And so you know, now I think there's such a humility among business owners when people come in and spend $1 bill. You just want to hug them.
Yeah.
You just want to hug them, especially if they're a local person, because you know they're struggling just like you're struggling.
Exactly.
You know, so it's resiliency is the word.
Yes.
Daggum.
I know.
You get wore out.
Yeah.
I've been to Roxborough twice, and I spoke at 2 different churches down there. And the last time I was there, the man that was running the sound works for SARS, and he was stationed in Spruce Pine for like 45 days. See, that's where he was at. And he was listening, but he was listening so intently. And when it was over, he came in and he said, "So how you doing?" I just laughed. I said, "I'm more slap out." He said, "No, I'm serious." And I said, "I'm more slap out. That's what I'm doing. I'm just about ready to crawl home and die."
Yeah.
And he said, "Listen, I've never seen anything like that in my life." And I said, "No, me either." And he said, "I was in Spruce Pine." And he started asking me about this place and this place and this place. And I thought, well, you really were there.
Yeah.
Like you really did see it.
Yeah.
And he said, "We're trained on the trauma." And I said, "Well, we're not."
No.
And I feel like we're going crazy. And I just want to know, is that normal?
Yeah.
I called my friend that's an insurance agent for HCA, and it's Brandon Charles' son.
Yeah.
And I called him and I said, "Corey, is it normal for people that go through a natural disaster to lose their mind about a year and a half in?" He said, "Yes, it is."
We had a doctor, a bona fide therapist, whatever doctor on here, and she said the second year is way worse than the first year.
It is worse. Yeah. It is worse. It's mentally worse. I don't know if it's because you're more tired or because you're more broke, because the realization of this is like really where you are has hit. And I know that there's also a big push, and I understand and respect this. I want to say that there's this big push about always staying positive, always keeping your game face on, reminding folks, come, welcome, please come do this. But I'm gonna tell you something, you cannot cheese it, but so much.
I know. I'm there. Have you seen I made a post the other day.
Yeah.
And I told my truth, because my truth, I'm glad you brought this up, because let's get real about it. My truth is freaking brutal.
It is brutal.
And my truth hurts, and it weighs heavy, and what we're carrying, what we're dealing with is next level insanity.
So my friend Chris, who kind of is my protector and my shield at work,
I love her.
Love her too.
Oh, wait, is that the Chris that she's called me and said, Steph, where should I go work? And I said,
yeah, that's that Chris.
Okay.
5 years ago, yeah. And so
because I love you most.
Mm-hmm. Well, she called me, or she texted me tonight on my way here, so I was in the parking lot, and said, guard your words. And I said, now, Chris, you know that I'm just not going to fly off the handle. I'm just not going to do that. And she said, I know that, but guard your words. And
you're the calmest of us. You remember?
I am the calmest.
I'm the crazy one. You're the calm one.
Yeah.
You're the calm one. I'm the crazy one. That's always been our deal. But it's getting harder. It's getting harder to guard our words. I'm struggling hard because I do need help. And but I also want to tell people what we're really dealing with.
I had somebody the other day, and I'm not here to be the least bit. I'm not here to be negative.
No, me neither.
But I am here to be truthful.
Yes.
And I had somebody that was in a role, a critical role, say to me, "I wish I had a magic wand."
Mm-hmm.
And my response was, "You know what? We need a fairy godmother. Like I'm not looking for a fairy godmother here at all. I'm looking for some good, solid, focused leadership and direction."
Yes.
And I'm guarding my words.
Yes. I'm so proud of you.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that that we stay real about it. Like I want to be positive, and I want to say, please come to Burnsville. It's the greatest place in the world, and it is.
Yes, it is.
And I want to say, please come back to Western North Carolina and spend your money and spend your time, because it is the most beautiful place.
Yes.
And there is peace for the soul right here. I can go right now to riverbanks that I swore a year ago that I'd never set foot in, and I still don't put my feet in the water, but I'll stand there. And even though it's 90 feet wide now instead of 30, or even though the houses that I used to look at and think that's a cool front porch or that's a cool tree, those are gone now, they're flat, there's nothing left. But I can look at that water, and I can look at those rocks, and I can look at the mountains, and I can say, this is my home, and I love it here. I love it here. But I was going somewhere the other day. Oh, that was my microphone. I'm sorry. I was going somewhere the other day, and I went by this river, and you know what there was a fireplace right in the middle of the river, which told me that there was a house there that's gone, but the fireplace is still there. And in looking at that, I thought there's probably 5 or 6 houses there, because where I was at, and I saw that fireplace in the river, and I'll tell you, just like it just turned me upside down, because I thought, and that was somebody's home, and that was somebody's life. And when I go up and down the road and I still see mattresses hanging in trees, it makes me crazy.
Oh, it makes me so crazy. I'm so crazy.
Did that some child sleep on that bed?
Yes.
And when I see bicycles hanging from my poles in certain places, I'm like, and
it's trauma. Every time our neighbor drives by, anytime we drive, it's traumatizing. It's like you can't heal for seeing still.
So I have these friends that let me stay at their house, and they're not from here. And I was standing in their kitchen one Sunday morning, and I was just looking out the window, and what I was noticing when I was looking out the window was all the trees were standing up straight. And so I just kept looking at them. And they came in the kitchen, and I said, don't ever take for granted the fact that your land still looks like this still flat, and your pasture is still there, and your horses are safe, and don't thank you for doing your shopping in Burnsville. I just want to say that.
Thank you so much, Brenda. We love you so much.
But I said, don't ever take that for granted.
That's right.
Because you know what? Where I live, you've been in my house. I've never even really had curtains in my house over 25 years. I've always been. And now, man, I am a curtain and blind freak. I keep it shut. Can't stand to look out the window. Cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. And so the greatest thing in my whole entire world right now is I have hired this little man named Chuck to come to my house and just make it lovely outside. And he's built me the most amazing flower bed. And I find myself looking at it. And one day, and I hear what I say to him, which is he's like, well, what are you doing? I said, I just want you to build me a barrier back, because I just feel real exposed. You can see my house now. You never ever see it.
Right. I haven't been to your house since the storm.
Well, you can see it from the road now.
Right.
No
yes,
way.
You had a ton of trees in between.
And they're still laying down sideways like this.
I know.
And you know what he said to me that like really it helped me? He said, I know that you're wanting me to change your view and that kind of stuff and like build your area. I hear that. But until that can be done, because this stuff has to grow and I can't plant 50-foot tall trees.
Right.
He said, instead of doing that, why don't you turn it around a little bit and change your perspective, change your view. And I thought, I could write a book about that. Just turn it around just a little bit and look a different way.
Exactly.
But you know what? I'll also be honest. Like I do that. I set my chair, turn my front yard, so I look at my house now, which is better for me. I've never done that. I've 25 years. I never looked at my house. I look the other way.
Right.
I can't stand it. So now I look at my house, which is better, and that's good. But on the same token, like you can't change your perspective, but so much when every direction you turn is still looking like that. I know. Like you just after a while, I think,
I do.
Anyway, I'm
sorry you're going through it, but I'm so proud. Yeah. Hey, I have a window hanger across my driveway every time I get to this point, which is a sketchy part of my driveway. Still, I got it and done it because I don't want that to be the way I got to go to glory. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I know. I still find solace in the river. I go. It's probably where I go Mother's Day. Tyler and Sarah like, where you want to go? And I'm like, the river. It's gonna be 77 degrees. In sunshine. No, probably not tubing, but just to, even if it's just for an hour or two, right 2 years before the storm, we got paddleboards. Yeah. And I love being on a paddleboard because you're higher up, you can see, you can get sunburned. I love to get sunburned. And so there's probably about, 2,000 feet that I could feel comfortable in. You know what I mean?
Not me, I'm not ready to get in the water.
I'm tweaking out without it. You know how much
I've been tweaking with you.
I love the water. No,
I'll tell you some good news that happened this week. I also tell my girls all the time, I'm not accepting any bad news. Okay. So I don't want to know it.
Yes.
And they're like, all right. And so we have this chat between me and Kylie and Juliana. Sometimes it's work related, sometimes it's baby related, sometimes it's just home related, sometimes it's just all of us, And Kylie said, I have some news. And I said, if it's bad, I'm not accepting it. That was my answer. Yeah. And she said, it's good. And I said, all right. Then Kylie's not having good news. Yeah. And she said, I'm getting a real bridge this week. So it's been however many days, 500 and whatever. And Samaritan's Purse is going to come and build a bridge. Yes, because Kylie got one of those county bridges.
Oh, the roll-up bridges.
Something. And it, it's a mess.
Is it bad?
And
how bad is it?
Bad. It's bad. And so Samaritan's Purse is going to come in and build her bridge, permanent bridge. Yes. And that's huge.
Yes, it is.
That's absolutely huge. And, she was out of her house for 9 months before she went back. And the bridge was the reason. Yeah. And
got a bridge home.
Well, yeah. There's 5 families live on the other side of that bridge. And no bridge for that long. A lady came. Yes, it is tough. It is tough. I'll tell you something interesting about the bookstore. So, I had that bookstore in Spruce Pine.
Yes.
And we lost it in the storm. It didn't get underwater, but our building got wet, so everything got molded and it was just a disaster. So we closed it up. And I love that little bookstore because it's named after my grandmother's and it's my sweet spot. And so I brought it over here and just reopened it about a month ago, and it made my heart feel good because sometimes you have to choose to do things that make your heart feel good. Yes. Even if it makes no logical sense at all, you do it. And it did not make any logical sense to do it, but I just needed something that made me feel good. And I bought this sign that was the Bible verse about the rains came down and the waters rose, but the house stood on the rock. That Bible verse talks about if your house stood on the rock, it'll stand. And I bought this sign. I don't care if I ever sell it. It's fine with me. Just put it in here because sale that I made at the new bookstore. These 2 women came in. They're from Avery County. Don't tell me this, but they took that sign. They both are solid. And then they came to the register and they said, "Is this for sale?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "We lost our home in the storm, and we're just getting ready to get back into a home that somebody built for us. And this is what's going to go over our mantle is this thing." And I thought, how fitting that we lost all this in the storm. That's the Bible verse I chose for the big sign, and that's the first sale that I made in that store was for somebody that was going back into their home. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and those are deals not hard to find because every time you turn around, somebody else is having that same story. Yes.
Yes, there's been 1,500 people.
That's
At least, and that's just Yancey County.
Yeah.
That's not Mitchell County.
Or
That's not
Avery
Avery
County.
County. So many people lost so much.
Yes, David lost his office. You know, he was in Buncombe County. He was. I didn't tell you that.
No.
So he lost his office there. It was on the River Road there, and
I should have known that because I didn't know
every bit of it. Lost every bit of it. Anything they did have landed in the yard at the Biltmore House.
Whoa.
Lost it all. But in the last year, so he had to start driving to Waynesville. So he had a 4-hour commute every day.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah, every day. And he was driving through straight nothing but devastation all the way there and back. And I told him, we didn't have like power and stuff for about 4 days at our house. And I said, we're probably the only family in town that was running an iron off of a generator in the kitchen. But you know, David, he ain't going out without being ironed up.
Right.
So he would come home every night, get home at 9 o'clock, and he would iron his clothes in the kitchen in the dark by the generator. But he got a new office and he's in Weaverville, so he's very happy about that.
Wonderful.
So he's back in one spot. I mean, so like good things are coming, and he's very happy to be out of Asheville.
Yes.
Like that was a great blessing. So good thing. There's been good things.
Yes, there have been great.
My brother said 1,000,000 times, I have my faith in humanity has been restored.
Yes.
There has been more good than bad.
Yes. There has been bad though.
There has been.
I think we can't not talk about. I think if what I'm afraid of most, and I'm not afraid of nothing, but I am afraid of if we don't accept and talk about what happened to us that was bad, that other people will be doomed to repeat it. You know, like if we don't share our lesson with people, if they have a disaster, they're not going to know because we didn't know. We didn't know the kind of things that happened after. Of course, we didn't know a storm was coming. We didn't know. I mean, there's so much that we've learned. Like, we just woke up one morning and our whole favorite place in the world was destroyed.
Destroyed.
Yes.
With no warning.
No.
With no warning. With no warning. I remember the Wednesday before the storm hit, and they were calling for rain on Friday night.
Yeah.
And we were playing football Friday night. And we were at a table for my class reunion. I would leave the year out, but we were at a table planning for our class reunion.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, and the assistant superintendent, who's the person that makes the calls about school and about games, whatever.
Yeah.
And she said they're going to cancel the ball game Friday night. And I said, if we cancel a ball game on Friday night because our boys are too soft to play in the rain, what kind of people are we raising? I said that. And she's like, I know, but they're going to do it. And I said, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And we walked out, and the school called at that time, and they canceled the game, and they moved it to Wednesday night, right? And so that was Wednesday, so we're going to have the ball game that night. And, we're big football people up here.
Yeah, you are.
And so they moved it to Wednesday night, and we walked out on the corner of DT's. We were meeting at DT's. And we walked out on the corner, and I was sitting there talking to my cousin, whose family owns the building right beside DT's, which is now bought by Sabelco and going to be a community outreach center in Spruce or whatever that is going to be. He owned that building, his family did. Okay. All right, we were standing there, and I said to him, can you believe how people are acting about this rain that we're about to get? And he said, people are crazy. We had that conversation. And it started raining that night. We never even took the football field that night. That was the problem. The bank was already sliding into our school on Wednesday night.
Wow.
So that was the biggest issue. We were flooded out before the storm ever hit. Pensacola was already flooded out before the storm ever hit. The job already was full of water before the storm.
Right.
It was crazy how much happened before and how much didn't happen during with that job. Right. Crazy stuff was going on. And I remember when it did hit and it was going on and it was so crazy. That's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Because were y'all home or were you in town?
We were home. Kylie and Juliana had spent the night over here the night before. And then we were all home that night. And I always leave my bedroom window open. And I remember, like, I didn't sleep the whole night because it sounded like a train was coming through.
Right.
And what I kept realizing was I was getting wetter and wetter and wetter in my bed. And I knew that. And I was getting cold because I was getting wet.
Yeah.
But I was on the phone with my kids because I had one that lived on the river.
Yeah.
I had one that was spending the night on the river. And I had Juliana up here. I had a kid in Alaska. I had another in the bedroom. And I had a house full of teenage boys.
Right.
And I had a house full of little boys. And I was thinking, there's craziness going on. And all I had to do was get up and shut the window. I didn't even have the wherewithal to do that. You know what I mean? Because there was so much happening. And then I finally got up, went downstairs, and my floor was, wet in the kitchen. And I thought to myself, even then, Well, then stupid boys has spilt the drink in the floor. They've let the water run out, or I swear, and then I realized it's coming this way. And then the power went out, and I don't mean it went crazy after the power went out, and we couldn't get a hold of
anybody. Because it was immediate power, internet, everything gone.
Everything was gone. And so it took me 6 days to find one of my girls. And that was a lot. Like, that was a lot.
6 days?
Yeah. Yeah. She floated down the river. Yeah. And that was a lot. That was a lot. Kimberly, yes. Yes. So Kylie, I tried to get to her, but I couldn't find her. I couldn't get to her because
she's on the river.
So yeah, and we couldn't get to her. And my little daddy, he's so precious and so sweet. And he said, "Baby, we can't get there." And I said, "Daddy, I don't care what, we have to climb those trees. We're gonna get there. Like that's my baby girl. We're gonna find her." But we couldn't. We couldn't get to her. And that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. Like, that puts you down when you can't find your kids. And then at the mercantile,
because you were in Spruce Pine, you had to cut your way out where you lost all these trees. Yeah. You had to get down to 19. You had to come through,
and you couldn't get here.
You couldn't get
to Burnsville for 2 days
because of 80.
Because there was a house sitting in the road. There was a house sitting in the middle of the road out here on the bridge. That new shop or whatever just washed straight onto the bridge. I mean, it was I stood on the bridge the morning after the storm on Friday morning with Delger, C.G. Boone and her mom, dad, me and Kai. We got downtown and we stood there and we watched Spruce Pine we just watched it float away. And we watched Angles float. We stood right there on the bridge at Angles. And I remember thinking, this big deal. Like, this big deal. But I didn't realize how big of a deal it was all around us until I got over here a couple days later. And I pulled into the parking lot at the Save More. And the Billy Graham evangelistic buses were over there. And I thought, and Samaritan's Purse buses were there. And I remember thinking, man, Billy Graham's coming to town. Like,
we're in big trouble.
We're in big trouble. And then my friend Corey landed here by helicopter. And he came in, and I thought, this must be really bad. Gracie in Alaska knew what was going on. We didn't know what was going on.
We didn't have a clue. Yeah, no internet. We had no way to know nothing. And if you didn't see your neighbor,
you didn't know if they said
you didn't know. You had no idea.
I think a shocking thing to me was when I came to town.
And you said, "I wish I had a bug out bag."
Yeah, there's that. Had one bottle of water and 19 kids in my house. And there was that. Yeah. And I was about to drink it because
and you're not gonna never do that again.
No, honey, I'm not enough water till Jesus comes.
I'll good, because he's coming, girl.
Yes, but now that's a lot, and I think a lot of people we needed that wake up call of how quick the world can change. And I hope it don't ever change like that again.
No. I hope it never happens for anybody like that again. This is not. I mean, catastrophic is not a word. War zone level bomb go off type destruction is the word.
Mr. Hammond, I put a lot of faith in Mr. Hammond because he's 90 years old. He's seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And about a week after all this happened, I got to him and he was sitting downstairs in his store and I beat on the door and he came out and he said, "My phone don't work." I said, "Mr. Hammond, the whole world ain't working." And he's like, "Really?"
Oh,
so there was that, But he went to take a bath in the creek up here at Pensacola. Because that was the only place to take a bath. And he said, "I put my bathing suit on, went up there and got in the river." And I said, "You're 90 years old, get in the river. Like, don't do that again."
Yeah.
I took him to Spruce Pine to somebody that had water. And he got a shower there. Well, we went downtown and he stood there and he said, "Girl, never in my life I ever seen anything like this." I remember, and he said, I don't, things will never be okay again. I said, "Well, they gotta be okay." He said, "Well, they're gonna be different." And you're right. Yeah. It's different.
It is.
It's different.
It's different. But I think we're stronger. I think that's where we see the beauty is we see the people that love and love deeply.
Solidly.
Like there are real incredible people that have showed up for us all over the country.
That have become the best friends we've ever had.
Yes.
That we never knew.
Never knew.
I tell multiple people, "I wish you had known me before the storm," because I really wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm just crazy. But I was not before.
I wonder if we changed places because I was.
You were.
Yeah.
And your son was wrong.
Yeah, now I'm calm. Now it takes a whole lot, for me to get worked up about something. Like when I get worked up about something, it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Well, I think you realize real fast what really, really, really matters.
Yes.
And you really quickly.
Yes.
You learn what really matters. And so you learn about big deals and little deals. And We've seen a lot of big deals.
We've seen a lot of big deals. We've seen a lot of miracles.
That's
been my favorite part.
Yeah, I was telling Kai this morning, we got gas, and I was telling him, I said, man, one day right after the storm, once we got gas back, I came here and I was getting gas one morning, and these people rolled up beside me, and it was 3 truckloads of men and women and chainsaws and gas. And what they were doing was filling up their gas cans, and they were mixing it right there. And they walked over to my car, and they were from Pennsylvania, and they walked over to my car, and they said, do you live around here? And I said, I do. I live right up that road right there. I live on Cartridge. I said, I live right there. And they said, well, we just came to town to bless some people. And I said, well, that is really awesome. I said, we appreciate you so much for being here. And they said, well, we're going to start with you today. And they just got the envelope back in $1,000. And people did that.
Yes, they did.
People did that.
Yes,
and you know what? It took that, like that most humbling thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because when it don't matter how many, I know some of the wealthiest people I know literally almost starved to death because they didn't have any way to cook food. Didn't matter how much money you had. It didn't matter.
Well, if you didn't have cash, it didn't matter anyway.
Couldn't function.
You couldn't buy anything.
No, my friend said, I'm going to send you some money. And I said, well, I mean, you can.
Yeah.
There's no way to get it here.
Yeah. I can't get it out.
Uh-uh.
I mean, it is literally, it was a cash only society.
I remember the day the French broad man came to my house, and he was so humble, telling me how sorry he was that we still don't have power. And it had been like 28 or 29 days by that point. And, you know, you can function without power.
Yeah.
I mean, like it, but you can function without power. It's the water.
Yes.
You gotta have water.
Well, you know what they say. So it's let's see, 3 weeks with no food, 3 days with no water, or 3 minutes with no air.
Well,
that's your glorious level. There's threes.
Okay.
So just
we hit some of that.
Yeah, we did.
You know, we hit that.
We did.
And I remember that man coming to my house and he said, Mama, I'm so sorry. And I said, man, I am so sorry.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Like, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
And he said, we got to rebuild this whole entire thing. And I said, well, it's faster than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, because in the beginning, they were telling us you're going to be without abandoned ship. I'll never forget, I finally got enough signal on 99.9 and got to hear a little bit of a radio message. And they're like, just leave. Just leave. It's total catastrophic wipeout. If you can hear this radio broadcast, leave the area because it's going to be 4 to 6 months before anybody can come.
My Gracie said to me, Mom, you're not staying there, are you? I said, Gracie, we can't get out of here. We're an island.
Yeah.
There's no mountain open. There's no way to get her out. And people did not understand that unless there was not any way to get out.
And then we were like multi-trapped. Like I was trapped in my holler.
Yeah.
And then when we finally got out of that, well, then we couldn't go down
Couldn't get any further.
You know, I mean, you know, so it was different. It's crazy how it's just unimaginable. It's really unimaginable what we experienced, so widespread and are still experiencing. You know, this week was a good week, but it was a hard week. I had two, so I had, you know, I go by dreams, right? And so months ago, I had this dream of hitting 600 projects. It's very clear to me that 600 until I I've been
unlike the federal government.
Girl. So we hit 589 projects, and I've been holding tight. This week, I had 2 walk in and say, now I have 591 because those last 11 I've been holding very specifically for people that are of the most devastation, and 2 more just walked in this week. So and one of them was signed up for a house.
Yeah.
They were signed up for a house with another organization that was supposed to get started, and I'm like, I've already got 16 going. I still got 22 waiting. Now I got 23 waiting. Oh, now I got 24
waiting.
That
signed up for a house that sold every single thing they had. It's probably the same person got rid of every single thing he had. Supposed to get his house and buy, and he didn't get started. So now it's 3 months with nothing. And I just keep thinking, this America, we should not be living this way.
Right, I know. Well, but people have come in here. They've made folks promises. They've said, I'm here to help you. I'm here to do this. I'm here to do that. And the reality is, they're not doing it. We're not. I mean, some are. You know, I'm giving it all I got, but I'm this big.
My mama's brother's 80-something, 81. And he lost every single thing he had. Okay, he stepped out of his out of his cabin on the river. Now, when I say on the river, it's creek. It's not nearly as wide as this room. Not nearly as wide as this room. And it's way down the bank. Like, I grew up playing on that bank. It's way down the bank, but it came up in North Cove. You know, my heart is solid for North Cove. And we stepped out on the front porch of his little cabin that he had over there, and the water shifted, and it took everything. And there stood literally in his drawers. I mean, it's, you know, 80-something years old.
80-something years old.
Yeah. So he lost everything he had.
Right.
Today, he still does not have a home. He got a camper. He's been helped with a camper. He's 87 years old.
Yeah.
He's spent 2 winters now in that camper. And he's got this building. And some organizations have promised him that they would help him. He bought the building. And they were going to come in and finish it for him. Still living in the camper. The building's still in shambles. Such a mess. People like that. He's never going to ask for help.
Of course not. Nothing won't ask for help.
No, he's never going to ask for help.
Jeremiah says podcast is lagging a little. Well, that just happens sometimes, Jeremiah.
Maybe we're just talking.
We're exactly.
Maybe we're talking.
Jeremiah. Sorry,
but there's a lot of people
Yes.
still hurting, and I mean hurting.
Yes.
I just gave that generator away less than a month ago to 5 families. They've been sharing one generator. They're all living in campers. They've been sharing one generator, and they go plug and unplug and plug and unplug.
Well, can we talk about the French Broad Big Power? I've got some crazy good connections, and I've had a lady that has been on a generator. She's been living on it for 18 months.
Yes.
Because they burn up. If you run a generator all the time, it burns up. We got her. I think I got it set up. She's getting a temp pole today.
That's right.
They're finally getting on board with giving us some temp power to people still in these campers.
I think people don't believe that people are still.
I know,
but they are.
Well, because the government's telling everybody we're okay.
Yes.
You know, the DOT got online and made a beautiful TikTok, and said 87% of bridges were rebuilt. And I like to have died.
Yeah.
Because there may be some contracts to replace some bridges, and we got a bridge crew working up in school right now, but they ain't.
Kylie was so excited this week because she said there's a digger sitting beside my bridge. That was our breakfast conversation. There's a digger sitting beside the bridge. And I was like, who would have ever thought that would be the greatest joy in our life? Is big diggers.
Yeah, excavators.
But it is.
Yes, I love that.
I know. You get so excited you can't stand it because someone's coming to chop your trees up.
Yes. Samaritan's Purse has built some bridges. They built them all back in Cattail. I mean, they have been steady.
So here's a God story. Last week I was in the bookstore and I was talking to some very good friends of mine. They said, what's your biggest need? I said, right now I think mental health is our biggest need. And I said, I'm going to call Samaritan's Purse. I asked them to send a chaplain's back.
Dude, they were amazing. I've got some of them in my phone.
So listen, I said, I'm going to call them and send them back.
Yeah.
Because of this. We need them to pray. We need them to come here. We need them to just, we just need, we need to help the helpers.
Yes.
We need to support the supporters.
Yes.
We need to take care of the people that are.
Play-Doh here. I went to a group.
It's the Play-Doh. That's why I'm sitting here flipping this hair around like it's just the thing. We need to help those people.
Look, this is why I got them, because people make me crazy and I'm like, you're a dumbass.
Yes, it makes you nuts. Yes. But guess what? Yes. So I'm telling these people this, not even 30 minutes later, this man walks in the bookstore and his wife and his 3 little beautiful children. And he said, you know, how you doing? We start chatting. I said, what brings you here? He said, well, I come from Texas to Asheville and from Asheville to Burnsville. And I said, well, that's great. And how long you going to be here? He said, 3, 4, 5 years. I thought he was going to say a few days. Yeah. Guess what he does? Samaritan's Purse moved him here. And he's a contractor and he's working over here at the building. And I said, well, he's a chaplain. He said, I know him. I said, call him. So how about that? Like in 30 minutes, there come the Samaritan's Purse chaplains. That is how God works.
God is real. I'm here to tell you all about it. That is to me, when everything gets hard, when everything gets so tough, when I feel completely abandoned and completely alone and completely like, I know their needs. I know what they need and I know how to help them. But I need the money to do it. I mean, unfortunately, we work on a society of money. So any money I get in, I spend it. And I'll be praying. And because I spend it. When I tell you I spend money,
it's fast.
It's wild. And I'll be praying I spend my money. And then I'll go check the mailbox and there it is. And then moving along again.
People don't believe that it really happens, but it does really happen.
But it's people that have come to help us because there are a lot of
we're not having a lot of support at a you know, in my humble opinion, at a state, local, and federal level. I mean, I'm gonna say what it is. I believe it's all three. It's just been so hard.
It's been very overwhelming. I think it's also been overwhelming to the local, the state, and the federal people. Like it's been overwhelming
to everybody.
It's been overwhelming to everybody. But it's still very overwhelming.
Yeah, but I mean, there's processes and procedures in place for storms. I mean, I don't know. I never lived through anything like this before, so I don't know what I thought who would respond in a storm like this. I never thought it would be me. If I would have thought about it, I would have never picked me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would have never picked me and you to be coming back together 8 years, 7
years. I would have
years
picked me and you.
We're tough, babe.
But I think that I have been surprised at my own reaction. I know in the beginning when I would talk to Gracie on the phone, when I say the beginning, I mean the first like 2 weeks, because it took a while to get service back, right? And I would be on the phone with her, and Gracie's kind of my calm kid. But she wasn't here, so she was watching the news.
Right.
She was not here. But I think that was almost worse, because she was seeing what was really happening. We just saw what was happening in front of us, right? But every time I would talk to her on the phone, we would FaceTime as much as we could. And I would find myself literally physically pulling my hair out. Like that was I would just be, and she'd say, Mom, we're not here to pull our hair out today. We're going to get through this. Like she literally would talk me off a cliff every single time that I would talk to her on the phone. And so I would just lose it on her. I would cry and cry and cry, and that makes me mad because I'm not I'm just not crying.
Right.
And I cry every day. And still.
Okay, you want me to tell you I'm going to tell you how to help that. You go and write it down.
Yeah.
I cried every day. I cried more tears. I could probably fill up a couple mason jars easily of tears. I mean, just I would be sitting in the tub just
crying,
just bawling, and it would sometimes get so hysterical. Tyler would come and be like, "Babe, you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." But then I wrote the book, and it was so therapeutic to my soul that that I have not nowhere near cried the way. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm getting frustrated. I need to cry because it's a great release, right? And I can't.
It's made me mad. It's made me mad at how I personally responded to it. It's made me mad at how weepy I've been. It's made me mad when my anxiety gets to the roof, because I've never had anxiety my whole life. When the wind starts blowing, I feel like I'm going crazy.
I know. No, that's everybody's sister.
Yes, and when the rain starts, I'm like, we need gentle rain. We need calm, gentle, easy, slow.
Yes.
Rain, we cannot go through this again. Like we cannot do this again. And when your children say, see, so we're going to have another flood. Or you hear on the news just random storm warning, all they hear is storm.
Yes.
You know, that might be just a little basic thunderstorm, which is lovely.
Yes.
It's lovely. And the kids are like, are we going to have another hurricane? Is it going to storm again? You know, and I'm just, that is frustrating me.
Yes.
It's frustrating me what's happening to our children.
Yes.
But on the same token, like I watched my kid go from boy to man in about a minute because he had to. You know, I watched them all do that. I watched them dig people out. I watched them haul food, haul water, haul supplies, do everything they had to do. And I was very thankful for that. And I remember, you know, one of mine is, well, Kai, he's my big, strong boy. You know, like I love him and I depend on him to be my big, strong boy. And Casper.
He's your baby.
He's my baby, man.
He's your baby.
I love him. I don't care what anybody thinks. I love him.
I know. I love that baby. Mm-hmm. And I love you for that baby.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Casper, who is my real baby, went into Kai's room, and Kai was taking videos with Casper, and they showed me this later. And they'd gone down on the front porch, because we all spent the storm on the porch under the thing, watching like the whole world came in. We were watching it under our porch, and they're on video. Kai saying, Casper, are you scared? And Casper said, yeah, I'm scared. And Kai said, I'm scared too. And I thought, I'll never forget that. Like, I'll never forget that, because I'm telling you something, it wasn't scary. That terror.
Yes.
It was terror.
Yes. And knowing that your baby saw that.
Yeah. And you had to learn, like, I remember when me and Juliana were trying to get each other, we could see each other. She'd come down the driveway and I'd gone down the driveway. We couldn't get to each other because the trees were so bad. It was a 6-week-old baby, zipped up in her coat, you know, little Weston, just barely born. And the power lines. Remember how you had to learn if you could step on a power line?
Yes.
And you learn if you could drive over top of them or not. And you know how you've always been told stay away from power lines?
And all of a sudden we just cut
them in half.
Yeah, because they're.
But, you know, learning that is scary.
There's still power lines.
Yes, I know that.
Like, I mean, it's so
It
bad.
makes me crazy.
I know.
So I don't know. I want to be positive. I want to be encouraging. I want to be like, everything is so good. But let me tell you something. God is really good, and He's got the answers, and that's all I know.
Yes. And one of my really amazing friends, Miss Elizabeth, said to me the other day, actually she posted on my socials, because I some days I have a hard time, I ain't gonna lie about it. Some days you call me and you're gonna be like, is that Stephanie talking like that? Because I'm not calm, because something crazy has happened, or I mean, there's all kind of demons working against us. Let's just call it that, what it is. And she just said, you just have to know, because I said, this is so heavy sometimes. You don't understand how heavy this load is getting. It's heavy, and people keep pushing the button, and they only have known me the last 18 months. They maybe don't know I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really am crazy. And this load's heavy. And she said, then you've got to give it to God.
You do, and He'll take it.
Yeah, He will every time.
He will take it.
He will.
I'm also amazed at the dividing line in our world, in our life, in our conversation every minute about before the storm and after. Like, even right down to, I bought those before the storm.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had those jeans since right after the storm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was right before the storm. We got that. Like, that is such a It's such a line that I just never. But man, it is so real.
It is.
It's so real.
But I want to tell you, my determination, what drives me every single day, is I don't want this storm to define our community. And that's why I'm so committed to rebuilding, and why I know you're so committed to rebuilding our community and us all collaborating together. Because what we don't have right now here in Yancey County is people working together. We don't have enough people working together. People want to be over here doing stuff and over here doing stuff. And the collaboration effort has really been a struggle, because everybody is, I don't know what their reasons are, but I know what my reason is. And my reason is, I don't want this storm to define my neighbors. I don't want us to forever feel that, before the storm, because it was incredible. If we don't rebuild, this will define us forever.
I don't want to be the place. I don't want to be the community. I don't want to be the person that they say that storm wiped out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what. it's been heavy.
Out. It's heavy, sis. I'm telling you, I struggle.
It has.
I struggle hard sometimes. Both of you have handled heavy loads with grace and kindness to others, but we also want to cut people.
So I remember when you were at Rose's,
and
I remember sending you a text one night that said, "I'm really proud of what you're doing. I could not do it online like you are. Like, I could not do this. I could not show my face because you," and I still don't. Like, I used to be the Facebook Live hound dog, but I can't do it because I think you look at me now, you don't see nothing but exhaustion. You see the stress. You see the panic. You see the pain. And I don't know, maybe I'm just too vain for that.
But do you remember?
But I sent you a text saying, "I'm so proud of you." And you're like, "Well, I'm just doing what God said." And I'm thinking, well, all right, you keep on doing that.
But it worked.
It did work. And I remember when the first people came there to bother you. And I thought, those people do not have a clue who they are dealing with.
Yeah.
I mean, they are barking up the wrong tree.
Guns, they had bulletproof vests, they had all that mess.
Yeah.
And guess who it didn't bother?
Yeah, get on.
I mean, it's nothing, that kind of stuff. Men don't scare me. And that's why I think, not all men like me.
Well,
but I think that's
you love them where they need to be loved. This woman came in my store the other day, and I will not divulge who she is because she's very well known lady. She's humble and it's beautiful and it's gentle and it's genuine a human being I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
But she lost everything in the storm, lost everything. She's been blessed beyond measure to bring it back. That is a completely different human being than she was a year and a half ago. She is a completely, and I said that to Chris.
Yeah.
She left,
yeah.
And I said, "Chris, that is a completely different human being than we knew before the storm." And she's like, "Yeah, she's wiped out."
Yeah.
And I see that in people, and I hear what they say, and that breaks my soul for them, because I think it does not have to be this way.
Exactly.
It does not have to be this way.
It shouldn't be this way.
No. And we have got to keep We gotta keep loving on them. We gotta keep raising money.
Yeah.
We gotta keep.
We gotta keep
digging
picking
in.
them up.
We gotta keep doing that,
We do.
or they're just gonna die.
Yes, they
Because
are.
I'm telling you something, there are people committing suicide.
Yes, there are.
There are people committing suicide. That's something people don't talk
No,
about.
they don't talk about it.
Happened not very long ago, right here. There are people that are just turning their back on everything that they've ever known and just going to start a whole new life. That's not a good one.
Yeah, just
Walking away.
walking away.
Because it's too hard to
It
say.
is too hard to say. Well, and I mean, I had 2 full rebuilds walk in this week. And you're talking, people are just now coming to terms with whoever promised them help isn't coming. You know, or who promised it. There's so much levels of, you know, what was really beautiful. So Tuesday this was the first time we've opened, you know, I don't do distribution. I have projects.
I'm a distribution.
Yeah. I have projects. And so when I get materials in, we go through the spreadsheets, we call all the projects. Guess what God said? Guess what God said? And so that's how we distribute what we have. We've had some leftover stuff. And so I want that stuff out in the community. So we opened up our yard, our
I've
distribution
still got
yard.
that weird sheetrock, by the way. If you can use it.
I got more crazy sheetrock.
We got some of that sheetrock.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. So we're gonna find a place for it because what we need is a trailer. That's trailer sheetrock. Good stuff.
Yes,
I'm gonna find a place for it.
we got a whole tractor trailer.
Yeah. So another one?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna be thankful because sometimes we get good donations. Sometimes we get good donations. I forgot what I was talking about.
You were telling about the 2 new rebuilds this week and that you did your distribution.
Oh, so we opened up our yard Tuesday this week. And people came, they came.
It feels good, don't it?
Yeah, I missed it. It was nothing like, and Miss Kim, you know, who I'm crazy about. Kim helps, she's with her friend C, but she's in the office with me. And she was not used to the craziness of distribution like that, open distribution like that. And I was like, my whole team's like, no, this is nothing. This is nothing compared to Rose's parking lot.
Yeah.
But we had people coming who I have been begging to come get shingles. Because it's not that I give away a lot of shingles. We put a lot of roofs on. So now we had a lot of leftover different colors or different style, you know, all different. So maybe not enough for a full house, but enough for maybe a small trailer or a shed or a garage, barn patch, whatever. And so people that had been, I knew they needed shingles. They knew they needed shingles. They wouldn't come get shingles, even though I've been begging them. Because I opened the yard up for a day and said, okay, my projects are okay. This is stuff my projects can't use. Come get it. We were flooded with people that hadn't asked for help yet. And I'm like, hello, this is what I'm here for. If I know having a project with me just means I know what you need. And so when God sends it, I have your number to call you and say, guess what God sent, you know? And so, but it was it was a great day.
So we do a lot of food distribution. One of my favorite days ever was fruits and vegetables. And this lady from the coast brought box truck loads full of tomatoes and potatoes and onions and cabbage and all that. We set up this huge distribution on the porch, and it went
I
like
have the perfect porch.
and it was the most beautiful day. It was the most beautiful day. We've had book distributions with Kristen Turner, and everybody came and got a book. We've had diapers and wipes and all the baby things, and we've had clothes and coats and shoes, but food things. And we still have refrigerator.
We still have some really serious food insecurity.
We have major food insecurity.
Yes.
And when people roll in our parking lot, which happens every day,
Yes.
and they open that refrigerator and there's 6 eggs there and they'll get 2.
Yeah, I know. Aren't our people so amazing?
They are.
They won't take what they don't.
They won't.
They'll take just enough for
Just
like
what they need.
a minute.
They'll come get them a little canned ham. They'll come get them one can of potatoes and 1 can of beans and 1 little canned ham. And I'm thinking it's been this many bazillion days.
Yes.
And people are still having such food insecurity. And now with gas prices where they are, the food insecurity is getting worse. It's getting worse. I have the real passion about feeding people. I have a real passion about hungry children.
You've always been like that too.
Oh,
That's your thing. You're always trying to feed people.
You can't feed somebody's spirit if you can't feed their belly.
I know.
I mean, people are hungry.
I know.
They're hungry. And we have done meal after meal after meal, and it's been the most beautiful thing. But I'm going to tell you something. I have also stood in this storm in those lines for a hot meal myself.
Yes.
And I remember me and Dennis Patowski one day stood in line up on the square because there was somebody there,
right?
And we were talking about the fact that was our first hot meal since the storm. It had been several.
Yes.
Several.
Yes. Yes.
And I said, Dennis, did you ever think in down here, Burnsville, we'll be standing in a food line? He said, no, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am, I did not ever think that.
And here we go.
And I did not think that.
So we got some lines coming up. Before we have been talking. You're my
I know,
girl. I
we
know
can
you
talk
feel it
forever.
up. We can talk forever. I love you so much. But we have we want people to come to Burnsville.
Yes.
And so I have an event coming, cruising to the Hollers. And what do you think about it?
I'm very excited about it because anything that brings people to town, they come to town because they love Burnsville, but they also right now they come because they love our people.
That's
right. Help them.
That's right.
And they do.
Yes.
They do help them.
Yes.
So
yes.
I would say this: you want to be in this town on May 23rd.
Yeah.
You want to be here.
Yes.
You want to be here over the 4th of July because
Yes.
there's going to be good events. Where can I donate to your food pantry? You can send money to Mountain Time on Main Street. You can send a check. You can private message me on Facebook, and I'll give you a Venmo to go to. You can come to the Mercantile and put it right in the refrigerator. We have people that go to the grocery store every week and just come put groceries in that refrigerator, and it's beautiful because the minute they pull out, somebody pulls in to get it.
Yeah.
And there's never any communication with those people. That's like a God thing.
It is a God thing. It's a miracle.
We have people Amazon us food all the time. I get in humongous Amazon boxes full of beans and carrots and potatoes all the time. Like, who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought? But we get it in all the time. I got a friend that I called. I said, we need this. And in about 3 days, there will be containers of food or whatever it is.
That's how it's working.
Yes,
Isn't
it
it
is.
incredible?
Yes, it is. Yes,
I'm so glad that you're seeing it too. But so there's going to be another fabulous event because we got multiple because we want to have festivals in our town. Our merchants need people to come to town. Our community wants to come to town and participate. So we have Cruising to the Hollers. Then we'll have
we got the 250 America celebration.
the 250 on July 4th.
Yeah.
And then we have
our craft fair's coming.
Craft Fair in August.
And then Old Timey Days, which is going to be a 2-day fair this year, which I'm excited about that.
Yes.
And Old Timey Days is a long standing festival. It was actually on the day of the storm. First year I ever did Old Timey Days because it was going to cancel. They were not going to do it anymore.
Right.
And I said, that's not acceptable. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah.
And we planned this huge festival. And the last Facebook post I made before the storm was, get your muck boots and a rain jacket. What's a good festival without a little rain? That was stupid because it wasn't a little bit of rain. Anyway,
I was going to have an open house.
Yeah.
6-door open house.
Yeah.
Remember, you're trying to get people here. I'm trying to get people
I
here.
remember this man walking in the coffee shop going, is the festival still on? And I'm like, are you kidding me? But anyway, I said, no, sir. It's not. Could you carry out all this food, don't the garbage, please? But so that's coming, but this year it's going to be a 2-day festival.
Wonderful.
So
And I'm excited about Friday because you were telling me there's going to be like
demonstration days.
Yes.
So all the old timey things. We're gonna have music makers. I just got note from the cloggers.
Oh.
And they're gonna come and do some clogging. We're gonna have some square dancing lessons and fun stuff. Old timey days is fun. Like it's pie eating and it's sack races and it's nail driving and it's metalworks, blacksmithing, apple butter. I would love to have 3 or 4 people that make apple butter on the square. So Becky McCurry, if you're listening or watching this podcast, get your pot ready because we need some McCurry apple butter.
My friend Kim makes apple butter.
Please send her on.
Do you know the thing about apple butter is you have to put a silver coin in it. I love that.
Have you ever started apple butter?
No.
Well,
but because I'm not the cooker of this here outfit, right? Like I am the consumer of the food, not the cooker of the food.
You need this year, since you're in such a calm space in your life, be the one that stirs the pot.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna move this over.
Oh, I do plenty of pot stirring on my own.
So and then also, my heart is solidly toward our veterans.
Yes.
So Red, White, and Burnsville is coming up in November. Which is it's Veterans Week. It's November 14th. We did it last year for the first year and it was great. Since the storm has come, I hadn't even told you this, but we have put together the Bailey Family Freedom Foundation. So we're working on projects for veterans. So we've been able to raise some money and work directly with veterans rebuilding. And
let me introduce you to some other veteran friends.
Working also with somebody that lost their home and completely. Yes. And Samaritan's Purse is going to build them a house, which is a blessing. But they're making that house, they're willing that house to a veterans organization because the veterans are who cleaned out her house, changed her life, saved her life. Iraqi veterans came in. So now we're going to build a house. She's going to live in it. And when she needs it no more, she is going to turn that house over to the Riverheart Refuge, which is going to be a veteran organization. So there's been great things come from the storm. Yes. Hardest things in the universe, but the greatest things. Really, the greatest things I've ever seen. Yeah. Like friendships and families have been put together. Foundations have been started. Rebuilding Hollers have started. the Bailey Family Freedom Foundation started.
Let's say it again. The Bailey Family Freedom
It's the
Foundation.
BFFF.
Oh, the
And I know it.
BFF.
So we've been
love it
working on
so
that.
much.
And I
I'm so
remember
proud
we
of
did it,
you.
we got our work done, and then I was standing at the chicken picking and said I was buying some stew. And they said, who do we make the check out to? And I heard somebody else say, make it to the Bailey Family Freedom Foundation. And I went, oh my God, it's really real.
It's
And we're really
real.
gonna do it.
I'm so
And
proud
they
of
did
you.
it, like
Yes.
they did it.
Yes.
And we immediately came home and we started writing checks.
Yes.
And let me tell you who else that we've been helping a lot is our business community.
We got to.
Because our businesses, which I know was the purpose of this whole podcast,
Yes.
there's no help for business.
There's none. Not in Nancy. Now Mitchell's been phenomenal.
Mitchell's been
But
phenomenal.
I mean, have you seen any, people in government come in the shops?
Zero.
Like no person that would be like the mayor?
It's been really tough.
Nobody like,
It's been
town
really tough.
council member?
It's been really tough.
Nobody walking in going, hey friend, I'm glad you're in downtown Burnsville and you have your business here. Can I help you?
No. So
I'm
I
so
want,
sorry that's been happening to
so
me.
part of our foundation has been to directly help businesses. And
Yes.
we've paid rent, we've paid light bills and phone bills, we've bought gas, and we've bought groceries. I mean, everybody thinks just because you got a business, you got some money. That's a lie
That's
from
a
the
lie.
devil.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Small business is what it is. I actually, I was talking to the recipients of some of your funding recently, and they were telling me how incredible you've been, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so thankful for you because it is going to take all of us.
Yeah, it is.
And it has to be us locally advocating for each other and helping each other because we know our neighbors. We know who needs what, and we can help them.
And we also know they're not going to ask for help.
That's exactly right. They're not
So
gonna
you know
ask
what
for
I've
help.
done with my business
She
friends?
says no people has come to the shops and mine flooded in the back. I'm so sorry, Michelle, that happened to you.
I'm with you right there. It's tough.
It is.
It's tough.
And
And you know what I've decided about my people? This is how I decided who needs what. I mean, that I just
Yes. Well, you
I know
know.
what I need.
Yeah,
And I figure if I need it, they need it.
that's right.
So I just go in there and I say, and I've had them drop to their knees on the floor, literally and sob. And I'm like, no, let's get up.
Yeah.
Let's get up. Let's get this done and go pay what you need to pay.
That's right.
I've had one say to me, I literally had 32 cents. That's how much money I had. And this is going to pay my light bill. When I listen, that money ain't coming from me. Like I don't take credit for that.
Yeah.
I was just the
Just the
conduit.
medium.
But the people that have loved on Burnsville
Yes.
have done it.
They changed our life.
They
The
have.
people God has sent to help
They
us.
have.
And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for you. And I'm so proud of you because I know you're running multiple businesses while doing this. And it's hard. I still sell real estate. And it's
You
hard.
still gotta make a living.
Yeah, I still gotta pay my bills. They keep coming. And it's tough. But we're two pretty bad. I don't want to cuss because that's kind of my thing, not cuss on the podcast. It's kind of like can't you do it? But we're tough women. We are so, you know what, just cover them baby's ears. Because right here, we are two badass women. And we can do this. And
But you know something? Yes, we're tough. Yes. But I'm as broken.
No.
I'm as broken as I have ever been broken in my life
100%.
because I see everybody around me really struggling.
Yes, they are.
They're struggling.
But that's who we're fighting for. And that's why we're not going to stop.
Right.
That's why we're going to keep getting people here to our town. We're just not going to stop. We can't. Because we can't let our town fail. We can't let people not have a home. We can't let people
Or a
not
job.
have their businesses. That's
Or
right.
a job. They gotta keep their job.
We ate at a local restaurant right before. I always eat out in town before the podcast. And the business owner was telling me how bad it has been. We walked into an empty restaurant and she said,
So
I
I
ate this all day. Yeah.
I ate there today because I went over there to help her.
Yeah.
And you know what? She bought my dinner. She didn't have to buy my dinner, but she did.
Yeah.
Because that's how people in
Yes.
Burnsville work together.
Yes.
Not every town has that.
No, I love our community.
Yeah, I do too.
It's the greatest place
I
on
do
earth. And
too.
I love Spruce Pine very much too.
That's my home.
I know.
I live there, and I remember standing on that bridge thinking, "Holy cow! Wow, man, this is bad.
This is bad.
It's bad."
This is bad.
And I've spoken at a lot of places, a lot of events, and they've raised a lot of money and they've done a lot of stuff. And I noticed that the minute that you say, "Hi, I'm Claudia and I'm from West North Carolina," like the look on people's face is just it. And I'm thinking, I'm not trying to be a pity case. Like I'm really not trying to be a pity case.
Yeah.
And I didn't come here to ask you for money, but if you wanna take it, I know who needs it, and I will give it to them
Yes,
immediately.
exactly.
And you can give me 10,000 or 110,000, I'll spend it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I know who needs it.
Exactly.
And, money is a great thing. It's a great need. My good friend last week, I called, I just kinda had a little nervous breakdown on the phone, and I said, they said, well, what do you need, Claudia? And I said, well, unless you can bring like $10 million.
Yeah.
I want you to garner up the people that you trust, and I want you to start some prayer circles.
Yes.
I'm serious.
Yes.
Like go in your town, go in your church, and just start praying because we're about to die.
Yeah.
And then for 3 days, they called me to say, how you doing? I'm like, I'm better today. Just had a minute.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, there's another one of the minutes coming. I can feel it.
Right around the corner.
I can feel it.
But then God does it.
He does.
He does. He sends it. He sends it.
He does. I'm going to speak into existence what you told me before this thing started that I know we can't share on the podcast. But I'm going to speak that into existence because we got to have it.
We got to have it. We're getting millions. I got millions on the way. Millions. I'm so excited. Look, here's the deal. If I just had the money, it'd just be done.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've reached a level of getting stuff done. You've reached a level of getting stuff done. We know what to do. We know how to do it. We just need the money so we can get it done.
And I've said from the beginning.
And so God's gonna send it.
Yeah. We cannot let people lose hope.
No.
That's why I try to feed everybody.
Yeah.
Just try to feed them because I keep thinking
That's
when
your
you feed
passion.
people, you can hug them.
Yeah.
And you can say, I love you, and it's gonna be okay, and here's an extra egg, and here's a ham, and here's a $100 bill.
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store, here's some cheese. This will help your kids.
Yes.
This will take care of your kids.
Yes.
And here's laundry detergent. Like, what's magic about I had this woman from Ohio say, what can I do to help you? I said, I would love to hand out laundry detergent. So for Thanksgiving last year, we fed Thanksgiving dinner to the whole town. We just did a drive-through Thanksgiving. You just drove.
I remember. You did feed me.
Right. So you got ham and turkey and laundry pods.
Yeah.
And I'd say to them, don't eat this.
Don't eat these.
But I'm thinking, if you can get laundry detergent, then you don't have to buy it.
Exactly.
And you can buy wood for your house.
Yes.
Or you can buy groceries for your kids.
What about oil?
Yeah.
I mean, fuel for your car. I mean,
Yeah.
it's wild how much trouble we're in. It's wild. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of us.
Okay,
We got this. We got this.
I want a new shirt.
I brought you one. Which color do you want to pick? You want the blue, the green, or the purple?
So I have to be honest, I'm a mixture kind of girl.
So that's what I had a feeling.
I'm gonna be a purple girl.
Yes.
Y'all buy this. Here's how Stephanie's funding the world.
Yeah.
It's through this merch.
Isn't it crazy? And I dream about it. That's what happens. I dream about it. But I have a big plan to raise $20 million.
$20 million. Let's do it to it.
Yeah, all I gotta do is sell 1 million copies of my book.
Okay.
It's gonna be out hopefully in the next few weeks. We're gonna sell 1 million copies. We're gonna tell the world what happened to us. And it'll be done.
And then we'll go around the river.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we have to. We can't give up hope because although we're doing what we're doing, so our neighbors don't give up hope, but we're also doing what we're doing, so we don't give up hope because we're both shattered. I mean, my heart is destroyed for what happened to us, and that's why I have such a commitment and determination to fix it and fight the people that want to get in my way.
I'm a little sweeter than you, maybe.
You said you were going crazy.
But
I've been calm.
I'm going crazy. Like, I feel it inside.
Yeah.
I've tried so hard to just keep such a good, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And I have patted so many backs.
Yes.
And I have shaken so many hands.
Yes.
And I have I had these little children come to my front porch 2 weeks ago, and they were so excited about the beans. And it just broke my heart because they were getting canned beans. And they were as excited about the cans of beans as they would have been if it was a new bicycle.
I know.
Now that stuff right there.
Yeah. It cuts you, man.
Cuts my guts.
I know. That's how I feel about, look, when I hand out tools, if you ever give a tool to a man that's lost everything, it is like, it's devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to keep replacing all that. We got to give them hope. We got to keep them moving. We got to get them home. You got to keep them fed. I don't do the food thing. You do that.
I'll feed you.
Yeah. I like to eat.
Yeah.
And so Claudia loves desserts, but she typically does not share desserts. Claudia will
There's
give
no
you
typical nothing. I will not share dessert.
She will give you the shirt off her back. She will dig in your bug out bag. No aluminum foil in there. There are snacks though.
Yeah, there are snacks.
But she is not going to share her dessert with you. But one time, maybe twice.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we've shared desserts.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a big deal. We got this.
Can I just say this last thing? I don't know how much more time we have. I guess
Oh,
it's
we're
over.
so far over.
It's over. All right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Your small business is the backbone of your community.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. And I had a business owner say to me today, I don't know if I'm gonna make it 25 more days.
Right.
I don't know if I'll make it 25 days. I can tell you my personal self, I'm planning with everything I have in me for old timey days, which is in September. That's not long.
No.
I was what, 6 months from now, maybe?
No. Yes.
Is it even? It ain't even that long.
No.
And every time I put something on Facebook, or every time I take somebody's money for the old timey days, or every time I say we're gonna do this at this time on this day, immediately I think, please, Lord Jesus, let's make it to that day.
Let's make it. Let's make it. That's right. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make. You know why we're gonna make it? Because God loves us, and He loves our community, and He's put me and you and a lot of other really tough women in a group and said, "But ladies, you got this," and we do.
I love meeting with Vanessa on Square today.
Isn't she
about
great?
this. Yes, she's
Girl,
great.
she's amazing. Vanessa is, God sent her. When I had the vision of Jeep into the Hollers last year,
You didn't even know her, did you?
well, yes, I met her in Rose's parking lot.
Well, I mean, before the storm.
No,
See?
know her at all. And we met at a time that was very emotional for her. And I was like, hold on, sis, I got you. You know, don't you leave here. We got this. We'll figure it out. And I called 3 people that I knew that were into Jeep clubs and doing things, and I asked for their help, and they all said no. And then Vanessa walked in, and I was telling her about my idea, and she's like, I'll help you. God sent her. She does all the designing, she does all the planning, she does all the organizing, she's just.
You remember that night you said, I'm gonna do a Jeep show, and I said, get a Jeep to give away, and you said, well, that's a good idea.
Yep.
How many of them you give away now?
2.
Yeah.
To locals.
Whole Jeeps.
Whole Jeeps.
Not just a free t-shirt or a handle or a gift certificate for $25, like a whole flipping Jeep.
Yeah, twice, and an ATV. And we're getting ready to get our next raffle item that we'll give away at our Cruise to the Hollers event. So,
Which is what? Can you tell it?
well, I don't know what it's. I haven't got it yet, but a lot of people have been talking about they want a 0-turn mower. Well, a lot of people want lawn mowers, you know, because we give away 3 things, big things, and it's all been local winners. So we want to get what people want, you know, locally. And so a lot of people have been saying a 0-turn. 0-turns terrify me though. Like I get on them and I'm going the wrong way. It's guaranteed I'm gonna
stay off in your wreck.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's the best idea, but I listen to the people. So whatever they say they want, but it's looking like everybody's voting towards
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah. We'll see. Whatever God says. I might have a dream about it tonight, and that'll be what I get. That's what happened with ATV. I dreamed about it, and we bought it the next day.
Yeah.
This is what we need. This is what people want. So,
well, thanks. Thanks for having me. Thanks for what you're doing.
thank you for coming. And thank y'all for hanging with us. We went way over tonight. But Claudia, you don't get much time with Claudia because she's busy with her incredible family, her incredible businesses, and her incredible nonprofit that is also committed to helping our community. And I know that together we can do anything, and we're just going to keep doing it. We're just going to keep picking people
I
up.
love my legs.
You got it.
Did you just have one?
No. Do I just have one of anything?
No. My new hammer.
Yeah, we got to have it. So I want to tell y'all, thank you so much for loving me. Thank you so much for loving my community. I'll see y'all later.
The hardest part isn't the knowing. It isn't knowing everything that you have to do to get everything back right. The hardest part are the memories. Knowing exactly how it used to look before the storm. That's the hardest part.